Welcome to episode 2 of Sound Simple, Improving Your Sound Design. I had a thought the other day. How do I become a better sound designer? You may be a great people person or a hard worker, but how are you going to grow as a sound designer if you're limited by what you can design? I asked the Blip Sounds Discord what they do to improve their sound design skills. I asked if anyone had their own exercises, techniques, warm-ups, or tasks, and what that looks like for them. I got quite a few great answers that led me to these 3 words: record, rework, and redesign. Let me explain, and then I'll break down a redesign I threw together for this video. My former colleague Liam Underwood answered saying, "I find recording for me is the big thing outside of pure design work that both improves my ears and allows me to gather original source material that I can use in my designs." So in saying that, get a mic, record some sounds, and try to record new things. Make sure to record with purpose. Don't just point a mic at random objects. Be mindful of what you're trying to achieve, and I'm sure you'll walk away with some amazing recordings. Award-winning sound designer David Vitas replied with a simple answer: make sounds. Thanks again for watching. Try new tools or different genres. Getting a new plugin and pushing it to its limits is also a great way to learn new techniques, and going really in-depth will help you better understand your audio toolbox. By now, you should have some great resources and tools to create some really great sound effects. Gordon Petrovsky, who worked on a couple PlayStation exclusives and currently a sound designer at Half Past Yellow, replied explaining an exercise they like to do to improve their skills: redesign. I'm sure you've heard of this word before, but Gordon's twist on this is that he will find already designed sounds that grab his attention from sound libraries and try to recreate them with the unprocessed audio from those same libraries. You can also redesign sounds for scenes from films or exciting moments from your favorite video games. Although, if you're using this as a way to add content to your portfolio to find work in the video game industry, it is best to use footage from video games rather than film, and vice versa. So for this video, I went out, recorded some sounds, found a sound I liked, which was Storm Dragon Lee Sin's Q ability from League of Legends, and then I put together a redesign for you so that we could go through my session together. Welcome to the world of Pro Tools. Keep in mind, the rest of this video is not DAW exclusive. I threw my recordings into this session, as you can see here. I've got recordings of cardboard and paper for impacts and lightning sounds, as well as tonal metallic recordings for magical elements. Have a listen to this recording of some knives. I used a really awesome technique I took from Oscar Cohen's video, Creative Sound Design Using Isotope RX. I threw some distortion, EQ, and reverb on these knives, slightly tidied up with some RX declip. Then I reversed the audio, added some chorus, reverb, and frequency shift. Frequency shifting shifts each frequency of your sound down or up, depending on what you set it at. I moved everything down to 100 Hz while experimenting and liked the change in tone, so I kept it. This sound was used for some of my magical elements in my final sound. I wanted some more tonal building blocks to be able to add to my sound, so I made more. Here are some recordings of a metal bowl I found, which made some really nice resonant sound. I sped this first clip up to act as sort of a riser before the big impactful cast sound I later created. Then I added Valhalla's Frequency Echo, which is such a cool plugin. It's free and you should definitely get it if you don't have it. It gave the sound this weird tremolo effect, which then led me to add a tremolo from M-Audio's free effects bundle, which is some more plugins you should definitely get. I also used automation for the rate of the tremolo to make it a little more interesting. I used some similar effects on the second sound, but I added a transient shaper on this one to tone down the initial transient in this recording. A transient is the short and typically loud sound in your audio. Here's what the final sound sounds like. This last sound I broke up into 2 since I wanted to separately design each part of Lee Sin's ability. This is what the original sounds like, and this is what it sounded like in the end. If you're designing sound for a video game, you usually would want to separate each part of the ability for various gameplay reasons. The timing could change, or the ability could be interrupted, and etc. When I was designing the lightning audio, I tried a technique I came up when working on a Blip Sound sound design competition. We had to redesign audio from Star Wars: The Old Republic, with the rule that you could only create sounds from one source. I used a paper bag to recreate the sound of lightning. I didn't know if it would work, but I tried something new and was really surprised by the sound I ended up with. For Lee Sin's redesign, I did use paper, but I also tried cardboard to get a slightly different sound. For this sound, I added some tremolo with a very high rate and some crazy step sequencing. This helps give it a sparky sort of sound. Vibrato with similar settings as the tremolo made it sound zappy. Mixed in with other plugins like compression and EQ, this is what I ended up with. To help me in my design process, I picked out some whooshes, explosions, and dragon vocals from my sound libraries. These sounds were great to layer under what I had already created to form my final redesign. This is some of those whooshes and explosions layered together with my lightning from earlier. And here is another whoosh, dragon vocals, and the sound I created for the magical element. Those sound combined, and with the added audio effects similar to what we had already seen, this is what my final audio for Lee Sin's Q ability Spellcast sounds like. The hit, dash, and final impact sounds were all created with a similar process. I'm pretty happy with how it all turned out, and I'm sure you're waiting to hear it all together if you haven't already skipped ahead. So sit back and enjoy. Here is my final redesign for Storm Dragon Lee Sin's Q ability from League of Legends. There you have it. I hope with the help of this video, you can find your own ways to improve your sound design. Try new things and find what works for you. If there was anything in this video you didn't quite understand or something you would have liked me to go more in depth on, please ask in the comments or let me know. Otherwise, make sure you check out the Blip Sounds Discord server. I'm going to continue to push this in every video I make because I can't recommend it enough. Blip Sounds is an awesome community of people full of amazing sound designers. The community ranges from people all around the world at all different skill levels, and everyone has something to share. The link to join is in the description. Go join, get involved, and make the most of it. Thanks again for watching and for all the amazing feedback on the previous episode. I'm so excited to make more.